Go finish now. No. This one no finish. 70 apple now. No now. I am a choosing. This fuel, who are you? This fuel, who are you? Rise. Put this generator now. I am a choosing. Where is the God of my father power? Where is the God of my father power? This fuel, who are you? This fuel, who are you? Fill this tank. Shoot, let me start the game.
Welcome to the moment of truth. It's Wednesday today, 18th of September 2024. Chosen Church is still trending because what they are doing is amazing everybody. It's mind-blowing. Even the military too are being fooled. A lot of people are being fooled by these people. And it didn't start today. It's been on for a very long time. So one of my guests today is also a blogger, a well-known blogger, a young guy that went there when he was 17 years old. Is here to share his own testimony. He was fooled by them 17 years ago. He was 17 years then, and it's been a long time because he's around 30-something now. So it's been a long time. I want you to hear his testimony about all these fake testimony they are given, because he wanted to give a testimony. You will hear what they told him. His testimony was not powerful enough. They encouraged him to lie, but he refused to lie. So he left the church. Then another testimony is about the tithe. How church will go and borrow money from the bank, and and bank staff are there every day they open, counting the money with them, because they have to take their own they have to take their own parts from the church. That's why they are putting pressure on everybody, doing crusade upon crusade, program upon programs, raising money. That's why they run up and down everywhere, lie, selling anything sellable. I want you to listen, watch till the end, and you will enjoy the video.
That is because I've attended the church before. Back then, I was like 17 years old. I just finished secondary school. So then you're waiting to write your exam, so definitely you meet new people. In fact, during UTME tutorials, you meet new friends. That was where I met somebody. A member of Lost Choosing is my friend, a good guy, who invited me to the church. Then I was less busy, 17 years old. This is not the think about. I didn't mind. Okay, let me attend the church and take note again. Guys, this is my own experience, and I want to make it clear. This is not to convince people or to pass a message that this church, practice false or fake miracles, right? And I remember, pay attention. I remember that on my way back home, I was attacked. I was just with Bible. They didn't get anything, but I was attacked and they let me go. I was hit on the face, and yeah, my face got swollen. My mom could still recall, although she didn't know the full story, but I lied that nothing happened, because I didn't tell them that I went to that church. Again, I'm from a home where you are allowed to go to any church, as long as they have different churches that you're not supposed to go to. Yes, just go to the church as long as your heart is clean and you're going to a Pentecostal church. There are rules attached to it, but we were given freedom, to go to any church that we feel comfortable in. So I was the type that just don't really like the family church. So it was Mountain of Fire. I just don't want to attend Mountain of Fire.
You hear that? His parents go to Mountain of Fire. He said he doesn't want to go there. Sometimes kids can see what the parents cannot see. My children are like that.
Fire. I just like to explore. So on my way back, I was attacked and I lied to my mom and stuff. And my friend was like, you should give testimony. They didn't kill you. You weren't kidnapped. Just go and give testimony. I was like, okay, seems right. I'm talking about the headquarters itself. So Ilasa, I think it was Ilasa or Ijesha. I went to the church. I attended the church the next Sunday because I was already discouraged. I was like, okay, let me go back and just give testimonies and stuff. And I remember that they would ask you to line up. The members of this church will know what I'm saying. If you're a strong member, you know what I'm saying. So there's a section that they have, you will go there and they will interview you. So here's how it works. You think people just come to the altar and give their testimony, or there's a particular box, I don't know, like the one you have in court, where you will stand, you just walk down and stand and give your testimony. It's different from the altar. The altar is like this, and this box is on the right hand side. So, and there is a section for people who wants to share their testimony. So you will be interviewed, right? Before you go to give the testimony, before you go to that box to give your testimony, you will be interviewed. Now, if they are satisfied with your testimony, they will allow you go. Now, what do I mean by satisfaction? It means that, it has to be heavy. You know what I'm trying to say? It has to be really, really heavy. They don't want light on, you survive this, nothing happened. They don't want stories like that. They want stories where, when that they shoot you, the bullet didn't penetrate, that they hit you, didn't penetrate. If you ask me now, again, I'm not trying to tarnish their image. I'm just talking about my experience. But here's my opinion. If you ask me, that encourages people to lie. Now, am I saying that these people are lying? No.
Yeah, he's being careful there because he resides in Nigeria. If he talk too much, they will go and bombard him. They are lying. If the big ones are lying, what do you expect from the small ones? You remember Dunamis rice that never finish. You remember the man that went to the toilet in Nigeria and find himself in France. You remember Adeboye, all the lies when God suspended the American weather for him. You remember Beta Edu that gave testimony in Oyedepo Church and went to Jeriese and gave the same testimony as well, that they are the one that put her in power. What did she do with the power? She went there to steal Nigerian money. You remember Kumuyi, Lion, the man that walk around with lion, came to his program in Botswana. He asked everybody to close their eyes. The man forgot and closed his eyes. By the time he opened his eyes, the lion had disappeared. All of them kind of lies. Hey.
But it just encourages people to lie or exaggerate their story. It does not encourage them to say the truth. So, anyways, naive guy, I was in the waiting section, or whatever they call it. They called me and I share my testimony. And what they said, I think after that time, I just stopped going to the church and I told my friend, nah, I can't, please. After I shared the testimony, they told me that, hey, you know what? You won't be allowed to share this testimony. This testimony is not strong enough before God and man. Waiting at the tell now. That is exactly what I was told to. They told me that I can't share that testimony. The testimony is not heavy enough. Like, I can't share it. And I left. I left really a little bit uncomfortable, but because, I was 17, it wasn't really a big deal. It was like, oh, it's true. I just left, but I just knew that going back to that church it just doesn't worth it. So I stopped going because of transport money. In one church like that, I don't want to mention the name of that church because the pastor just messed up. But at the time, my dad also went to the same church. So we'll go together and I'll give my tithe. He will also give his tithe. We are very close to my dad, so I was encouraged to give tithe in church. Yeah, so I was very close to him. He gives tithe and he will also tell me, you can put money, small money, be saving some money, put money aside and you go and give tithe. So the time I was going to that church, I have this money already and it was time to give that tithe. because every end of the month is when I do it. So I put the money in the envelope. I was like, since I'm going to the church today, let me take it alongside. I think I went to the church, I think 2 or 3 times. I would like to say it again. This video is not to tarnish their image. This is just me sharing my own experience, personal experience. So in the early days of, I don't even know if it's the early days, they've been around before that time. But yeah, I don't know how it looks now, but they were yet to tile those roads that lead to the main auditorium, the church itself. They are still the owner of the compound, or even in the compound, because the compound is huge. But yeah, I could see caterpillars walking there regularly. I'm very sure it's smooth now, because then they were walking on the road. But yeah, that's just to tell you that I went there. I know what I'm saying. When you come in from the outside, on your right hand side, right now, this place is few kilometers away from the church auditorium, from the main church. So that's where you can pay your tithe. I remember asking some ushers where I'm supposed to pay the tithe, and they directed me there. I had to even walk down. I think I've even gotten to the church auditorium, so I have to walk down, to go and pay my tithe. So when I got there, it's like a bank. I'm saying the facts, except the member don't want to accept that, what I'm saying is the truth. At that time now, we have phone, there's internet, but it is not rampant. Not everybody have camera phones that can video. So I'm sure he probably would have found his way on the internet, back then. If it were now, they would don't see for internet. They probably have stopped it. You walk in, you see money, they're counting money. Right? So I'm used to you going to give tithes to pastor, and in front of you they will pray. A pastor, it might not be the general overseer, but a junior pastor, a senior pastor will pray on the money and take it from you. Right? That's what I'm used to. Or there's somebody that's constantly praying around the box, constantly just praying, or they would call you to the altar, to give your tithes. That's what I'm used to. So that is just different for me. So I just went there and give the money to them, and they gave me one slip like that. I was like, it just doesn't feel right. Like I went there, like they were counting money. Like there's this section that's counting money, there's this section that is taking it, like a cashier, right? I don't even know what to do with that slip. Maybe it's the slip that I will go and hold and pray and stuff like that. I just didn't feel anything, after giving my money there and stuff. But you see, my point.
What did they go shouted at the back of the church? Hey, evangelist, just down. God will bless you, my brother. But then my pastor sitting down there, he's a thief. When I looked the man's eyes, I was very careful. Because before that brother can open his mouth and call his pastor a thief, honestly, I should be very careful. So I look at ask him, brother, please, with due respect to your personality, I don't know who you are. I would like you to tell me the reason why you call your pastor a thief. But before you do that, please, usher, give him the mic. Apologize to your pastor first before you tell me why you call your pastor a thief. They give him the mic. He started. Oh, my pastor, I am sorry for calling you a thief. But when I say all the things I want to say now, you are still a thief. I have a company in Thailand. I have a company in Ghana. In this Lagos, I am a rich man. I have money. Man of God, this program you came, I sponsor it single-handed. I released 5 million naira for this program. As I'm talking to you, that 5 million naira I released, I've even kept their own money for your handshake. I don't even know whether the pastor have touched it also. Man of God, all the t-shirts you see, I printed it with my money. I printed it in Thailand and I sent it to the church. The cars, the posters, the flexi banner, I printed all. I love God with my money, but I am looking for my soul salvation. I am not a repentant soul. I drug cocaine. I am an adultery. Look at my wife. My wife is not here. My wife is in Thailand. But I make love with different women. I change women every day. I've been coming to the church. I've been asking God, help me to give my life to Christ. Since I love God, to use my money to work for God. So I know that I need soul salvation, so that God will also use it to be using my finances to be building a mansion for me in heaven.
My people, can you believe what you heard from Mark? Mark said they collected his money and they gave him a slip. They didn't even know where he got the money from. Nobody asked. And you heard from this drug dealer man as well. He said he's using drug money to build, to sponsor the church, and God will build a mansion for him in heaven. Majority of them are dead now. In Indonesia, in Bangkok, they cut off their heads. This is what these pastors are doing. These are the people that is sponsoring them. They won't ask you how you get the money. They won't even pray for you. You heard this from Mark. My people, know God for yourself. Ooh. Spend your money the way God asks you to spend it. Give help the widows, the homeless, the orphans, and all that. Stop giving your money to all these pastors. They are evil. They are the one that destroyed this country. I keep telling you, you don't want to believe me. You heard that testimony of that young guy. He was 17 years old then. So this evil is been on ground for over 50 years. They've been destroyed in Nigeria little by little, little by little. Now, they finish it completely. If that boy was not from a genuine Christian background, Josie would have destroyed that boy's lives by asking him to lie about his testimonies. And he stopped going there. He went to another church. Another church is where he gave them money. He saw them counting money. That was also my story. I keep going from one place to another, thinking I will find a better church until I go round for 40 years. And that's why I'm using my own experience to educate you. There's nothing in any of these churches. You have to know God for yourself. You have to do it on your knees. You have to know it by yourself in your closets, one-on-one, direct relationship with your maker. I don't think Mike is not going to any church anymore. He's not going anywhere. He's knowing God by himself now. Anyway, my people, I hope you learned something today. And I will see you on my next video. Bye for now.